Hello, hello, my lovely Legalians. All right, this is gonna be a fun matchup. All right, machete, a bunch of health pots, totem, get y'all booty on the rift. Okay, so why have I gone, or why am I going buy this game? And it's because of the Tryndamere. Simply because the Tryndamere went top is why, as a jungler, you have to take the late game into account. And Tryndamere is not late game. He's early game. He's got a lot of early game strengths. Although he is quite the beast later on, all you have to do is CC him. And they've got plenty of CC. You've got his ultimate, her traps, Sona's ult. Lots of CC coming from these two guys, so. Endless CC from the other team. So that's all you have to do versus the Tryndamere. We do have some late game, however, and that has to do with the Kassadin in the middle and the Vayne. Alright, gonna chug a pot, head out to the lane. I took a decent amount of damage. That leash, but that's alright. I'm gonna push that minion to the side because that's what Vi does. Okay. I'm gonna smite this at the very last. Here we go. Bam. Just gonna head right on up. Adios. We'll use a pot. Now Nasus is going to teleport back. I don't have a huge amount of kill potential. Oh, nice. So the Tryndamere is already rolling on his train here. Okay. We get some damage off on the tower. Alright, we're gonna get this tower. Heck yeah. Pretty nice. I'm just gonna back off in plain sight. Not gonna do anything fancy there. Gonna get those items, that item.
Here I come to save the day. Or wreck it. Who needs a beat down?
Okay, there we go. Not bad.
If you hit a wall, hit it hard.
Gonna ward this area.
Sometimes you gotta make a door.
He's got that. Okay. My red is coming up in 3 seconds. Hopefully Trinomir is doing alright. We're actually gonna check on Trinomir. He might be doing things that are a little cocky. Okay. Alright, there we go. First tower.
Let's get cracking.
All right. First tower, big money. And I'm out.
I don't need a plan.
Do you have it? Alright, he does not have it.
Here I come to save the day. Or wreck it.
You... Oh. I can't type this game. And that might be the best way to go about that. Alright, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that to have lots of mobility on the map. Then we're gonna head out. And then we're gonna hit Y to fix that problem there.
I'm doing this my way.
I think Alright. There we go. There's Mr. Zack.
They'll never know what hit 'em.
Oh, thanks, Zack. So nice of you. Hey, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Vayne. Okay, I still can't type. Dang it. Almost got it. There we go. Still can move things. Hey, nice work, Bard. Alright, so we died a little quick there, but that's alright. We're gonna head out right back into lane, get one health pot. That's kind of funny. We're gonna continue helping top lane by giving him some board action. I think Zack will come this way. Not sure. Adios, muchacho. Alright, gonna take that item, another health pot. And for a game like this, we should concentrate on things like there we go. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we're gonna push bot lane.
Here I come to save the day.
Alright, we're gonna head out because I took a little damage there. Let me get that fantastic item. We're gonna upgrade that, and then we're gonna get a health pot.
Beat down.
Nice. Let's back out, guys. Alright, good job, Bard, man.
Let's get cracking.
Alright. Okay, I wish I could say to Vayne, please Vayne. But Vayne, oh my goodness. She is pretty bad. Yeah, our engages are pretty bad. Really bad. Like, none of us should be trying to do any of that nonsense.
I like my hands.
But, and yet we are. Because we have to end the game. Quick.
Who needs a beat down?
Oh, they actually went back. That's crazy.
They'll never know what hit 'em. I like
Nice.
that. I'm doing
Nice. Alright, so we're just gonna put this, push this into tower. Scan the area here. Right. Our buddy here has got a skedaddle.
sometimes you gotta make the
And I'll have to get out. Huh, the Trinimir is just... he's popping off at this point.
If you hit a wall, hard.
Alright, so we're gonna go back. So at this point, like, it's really tough for them to do anything. Caitlyn does the most damage, so we're gonna be getting this magical item. Heading out. So the problem that the enemy has is all its stuff is just down. We can still lose from this point.
I'm doing it my way.
Just be getting out of there.
I let my hands do the talking.
Oh, that's not very nice.
You hit a wall, hit it hard. I don't need a plan.
That should be game right there. Well, maybe not game. Not yet. Not game just yet. Alright, so we're just kind of leading them away. There we go. Silly Zach. We want those turrets, Zach. All right. Alright, so we're gonna head back, get some... Oh. Some free damage off on the Bard, okay. So what's actually good about that is we realize that Caitlyn does a lot of damage, and she should not be taken lightly. This is like the stage in the game where things can easily turn around if we make a mistake here. Come on, Vayne. Alright. Oh, no smite. That's not good. Did that without a smite. It's our little secret. Vayne is one funny guy, you know? Oh. Surprise. Surprise, surprise, it was an ambush. So I can dole out some damage, and I can take some damage. Let's speed up our minions here. I was able to chunk Caitlyn down pretty good. Not gonna be able to catch me, buddy.
Let my hands do the talking.
Caitlyn should be dead. Or Caitlyn. Woo! Saving that Bard. All right. Gotta save my Bard. All right, so we're gonna get this nice item next. Control word. They're gonna goober around with Kassadin for a while. Nice, finally. I'm so happy that I got that flash. That was fun. That was so fun. I even made, like, what's even funner is I had a special reaction with, I have a special interaction with Kate when I take that. Come on, little minions. Ah, you guys are done. I can still get around this Kate. So Kate pretty much has to babysit this bottom turret here. Oh, Cassin, you're too much of a man.
They'll never know what hit 'em.
All right. So they're playing the defense game pretty good, pretty well. Maybe getting that nice item and heading back out in the lane. We've got a dragon in 30 seconds and a baron in 1 minute. And I think the prudence here is the baron.
I'm my own backup. Sometimes you gotta make an order.
10 seconds. This should go down very quickly. 850. All right. Yeah, I'll just walk out, guys. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. Alright, there we go. Feed these guys up down here. There we go. Cracking that base open. Just have to let those minions do that work. There we go. GG. But yeah, so you couldn't let up on that game. You gotta make sure that you get the first tier towers, the second tier towers, and then at that point they're just blacked out of the entire map. And it's so hard for them to make anything happen. And you notice I was just pushing mid. We'll give it to Tryndamere. You notice I was pushing mid instead of engaging. And that's just the safe play. Because realistically, in those fights, we would have lost. We could not engage in those fights. You saw how much... you saw how much damage... That Bard, that Bard was just taken out before he could even get his ultimate off. It was ridiculous. At that point, we had to use our abilities to kill the base. And the thing is, once you have like all that vision and they have no vision, you can get free barons, you can push from all sides. Like, it's just a matter of time. And so you just can't commit to a fight after that point, because what you have to realize is we're the team that is late game. I mean, like Vayne's late game, Kassadin's a little late game, but look at him. I mean, 128 farm, 212 farm. We were pathetic. But the whole idea... The whole idea is to push for that early game, and Vi is excellent at doing that. And unfortunately, Gnosis falls hard when he can't farm, when he can't get his stacks, when he can't become this giant behemoth of a tank. So what's interesting is if I would have gone a Nunu or something, the problem with that was... our team would not have that early game advantage. Tryndamere wouldn't be, mopping up the top. And if you look at Tryndamere's kills, deaths, and assists, like, I beat Tryndamere, and that was more the point of me just trying to secure, and I didn't even realize that. Like, how did I ever get 7 kills when I was just securing objectives? But so when the Tryndamere picked top, I had no choice but to pick a champion that can influence the early game in a strong way, meaning Vi's strongest. She's at her strongest early game. She is so strong early game. It's ridiculous. And also you want to know how to play her as well, because there's sometimes where you can come in the lane with your Q, and other times it's better just to walk in, and then when they flash away, then follow up with your Q. So it's a lot of these little, and then that makes a huge difference, because you kill somebody, you get the gold, or the laner gets the gold. Oh yeah, that's probably it. I was the one killing instead of Tryndamere. So Tryndamere didn't actually get that far ahead. He would have gotten farther ahead if he would have got the kill, but I'm just trying to, eliminate that person out and get the gold. But that's what you have to do in the situations where you have a top laner that isn't going to go the distance as far as late game. It's not a hard and fast rule, but I find it so common that when someone goes like when someone goes up top and they're not tanky, and the other team is tanky, that means things are going to turn out badly in the late game, because a tanky top is always going to be more help in team fights. So if the top is not tanky on the offense, as a jungler at this elo, to secure your win, you've got to press the early game. Because if Tryndamere gets knocked out by the Nasus early, then that game's over. If their jungler stopped by and said, "Hey guys, hey Nasus, I'm gonna let you farm," then that game is over. So. Hey, I got 2 little honors. Oh, why didn't I get 3 honors? Where's my 3rd honor? We've got 5 people in the team. Where's my 3rd honor? Or more. But yeah. So that's such an important part that I'm trying to learn more about myself as a jungler. It's not a hard and fast rule, but as soon as I saw that Tryndamere, knowing that he's not going to be tanking, knowing that later in the game he's going to be CC'd down, you saw how effective he was top lane. He couldn't be that effective. We couldn't get into fights anymore. We had to push towers. And you can do that when you have the damage, but they don't have the vision. Things of that nature, stuff like that. So to not have those towers to run back to not have the vision, like you see, you only get 3 wards per person, and you don't know who's going to be hiding in the bush. So that's very unnerving. So you have to like put wards in your closest, brush. So you can't even put wards close to the Baron. You can't even do that. It's like, what? So that presents a big problematic issue. Now the thing was, if we tried to fight them, and they would have won a match. I can tell you that much. I should have been pinging to make sure that none of our guys would go in. Actually, I'm only so thankful that they didn't go in. But I needed a ping to not go in, and my keyboard was messed up again too. So no chance of talking. But in the end, the game went good. Game went well. We got Baron twice. We did the safe play. We slowly whittled down their base turrets. And as soon as you know, their base turrets were down quite a bit. Once we knocked down those base turrets, they're falling back because all lanes are pushing, and in their minds, they can't commit to one thing or another. If they commit to somebody, if they commit to me, the rest of them, the other lanes are going to hit the inhibitors, take down the turrets. So they are in quite a bind, because all we have to do is walk away, and they can't do anything about it. They'd have to pull out some crazy stunts. They'd have to there and now choose, hey, we're gonna kill this person. We have to flash ultimate or stun or whatever to get these people, and then we can go to the next person. But while they're doing all that, they waste their abilities. Maybe they lose an inhib, and at that point, it's really a fight. It's a fight to stay alive. And when you don't have to like put your wits in a team fight, and the enemy can just keep getting Baron because you can't venture out into your lane, well, that is the strength of owning the early game. Okay, so enough of that talkity talk. So how Vi works is like you have a lot of bursts in the beginning. You're strongest in the beginning. You're going to build Enchantment Warrior. It's a powerful item to get off a combo of moves, and you can do a lot of attack. But the problem is, you saw how I chunked Kate. That's about how much damage I can do in one burst. And even if I was all offense, there's still a chance that I won't be able to fully combo the Caitlyn. And she also had the Resurrection Guardian's Angel. So she also had that. So what you have to do as Vi is, once you have some damage, and this is good enough, then you're going to want defense, because a Vi is a champion that does damage over time. She's a bruiser, and she can do a lot of burst damage in the beginning. But forget about that end game. You know, you at the end of when it comes to end game, you've got to build things to protect yourself. Dead Man's Plate is good for running away or running towards an enemy, which is fantastic. Randuin's Omen is great because you're going to be the subject of many hits, and with Caitlyn and her Infinity Edge plus Static Shiv, she's going to be doing a lot of crit damage. This is going to lessen the crit damage by 20%, and whenever she attacks me, that means let's see, when hit by basic attacks, reduce attacker speed by 15%. That is a lot. And the active is amazing too. You can slow people down that are trying to get away, and it's a free activatable move that you don't have to have an ability for. It's like, oh look, I can slow you down even more. So I just Randuin's Omen should be like that solid item that you get as Vi, but people can make their own decisions there. But yeah, as Vi, you can build her very offensively, but it's quite risky. Like, anyway. So, Vayne, looks like Vayne has standard Vayne stuff. Phantom Dancer with Static Shiv, Blade of the Ruined King. I've seen Items like Infinity Edge go on Vayne because of the recent meta change. But this is a solid item because of the Zac and the Gnosis. Cause both of those guys, they're gonna have lots of health, and this is going to benefit greatly because it does percentage damage based on percentage health. The more percentage health, the more damage. The Bard, he was effective early game, I think. He did a few things that were kind of annoying, but he didn't gauge Caitlyn's power or her combo, and so in that one instance, he got himself beat up because of it. And finally, Kassadin is actually a late game champion as well as Vayne, but Kassadin kind of went in a couple of times like a nut job, and I'm thinking, okay, Kassadin, see you later. But as far as his build goes, he's got his Lich Bane that does an extraordinary amount of damage. He's got some survivability with the Rod of Ages, and he's got Zhonya's Hourglass to last a little longer before he dies. Maybe he'll teleport out, you know? But he's got, he gets powerful late game. He can do some assassinations. Unfortunately, his CS is a sad panda comparatively to the 230 CS coming from the Caitlyn, but maybe all the ADs were stealing all the farm. But the enemy made a lot of like-minded mistakes as well as we did. The Tryndamere looks to be almost a full build from the Tryndamere. And the thing about Tryndamere is you can do so much damage, but the issue with Tryndamere is if you have a team that can CC, Tryndamere is useless. And they definitely have a CC comp. Several of their guys can CC. You've got the Zac with solid tank items. You got the Sinner Hulk, Randuin's Omen. He's building other stuff. And late game, he would have been scary to try to deal with. And that's why you push the early. Gnosis the same way. It looks like he went AP Gnosis. What? Okay, so apparently this guy thought I'm gonna surprise everybody and go AP Gnosis. So, you know, if he went tanky Gnosis, maybe he wouldn't have died so many times in lane. So lesson to you people that want to try AP Gnosis. I mean, you're gonna do a lot of damage, but you're also gonna be so squishy, and when you're getting roughed up in the late game, I mean the early game. All right, but I mean, it's not totally useless. He's gonna heal for a lot, I believe. A lot of AP. I think you heal for a lot. I don't know. But they still have a main tank. But I'm thinking Gnosis should have gone tank regardless. He might have even survived and made it had a larger impact on the game. Sona's got some damage with Sheen into Ancient Sensor or Ardent Sensor. What am I talking about? And that's to help with healing. That's more healing, and that's for warding. So excellent items. You got the Victor. Victor, I feel, is a late game champion. He's got abilities that really synergize with team fighting. He's got the little laser, and he's got all that stuff. So it can really, he does a lot of damage when he uses all his abilities, and he can use his abilities in such a way that he can control where people come out of, because you don't want to step into his little storm, his Psy Storm or whatever the heck that is. But it looks like he's definitely missing some damage, even though as far as mid lane goes, he's 5-3-3, so it's not bad. And Caitlyn finally was getting some extra kills because of the disrespect that some of our guys were showing Caitlyn. But sadly, we beat them back so far into their base that they couldn't do anything about objectives like Baron, and we ran their base ragged. All right. But there was some instances where if some of our guys try to initiate, that we would have been in a bad spot. So again, I wanted to. It's always a good thing to ping your mates. Sometimes you can be a little preoccupied. Hey, I'm gonna do this, but ping your mates. Get out of there or something like that. Make sure you don't fight. But thank goodness that they realized. I don't think they realized that they were gonna get their butts whooped, but I think they realized we were all too dispersed to really be a good team fight. And so I'm glad that they did not go in on anything, because Kassadin, he was going in on some crazy stuff. But yeah. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this Vi in the Jungle game. This is Arch signing out. Hi-yo!